Вау. Минус 20 секунд сегодня. Интересно, почему он этот elapsed time каждый раз по-разному делает. Небось уже записывать начал, ну да пофиг. Right, now we can safely be sure that it's working. Hello archive viewers, hello Hippocat.
Hello.
And whomever may be currently already in the chat or the stream, hello to you as well. Let's just go ahead. So the plan for today is just a bunch of random parts of the game. Hello War, hello Champion Green. So Daniel, as we've seen last time, after the actual game was done, I played as, I guess, Joshua thanks to the cheats, and I got into a part of a level that we haven't seen because it was unique to Daniel, and the game just started some... Oh! Yeah, it has that much as well. Never mind that. So yeah, and I rediscovered that Danielle gets her own parts of the levels. Hello Sabiente. Didn't you say you wouldn't be able to, or was it someone else? Anyway, never mind all that. So basically I made a whole bunch of saves, and it turns out even though you can save anywhere, if you load it still puts you in the beginning of the current level. So some of these might be slightly before the actual point, but I also have quick saves for all of them, so we'll see. And yeah, I had to like make the emulators input several controllers just because I ran out of like storage space on the first controller, because in N64 apparently like a mem pack or whatever memory card was in the controller itself or something. Well, Sabienta, I think we... Yeah, well, I don't know how it all works. I just know how emulator does it, so I had to do this in order to get more save slots on the card. But yes, Sabienta, I think we might actually be able to do this all in under 2 hours, because it's not a lot. Though I did set up a couple places so that like 1 or 2 levels I will replay as Daniel still, but it shouldn't take long. Let's just load. So the beginning is before we even get the grappling hook, which we get at the same place as Joseph, now I remember his name actually, gets his night vision goggles. Basically here, if you remember, that guy got torn in half, dragged out there, and ignoring everything and everyone here, Joseph could crawl into here. Danielle actually does jump like super high. So Hippocat, I think last time you said that probably wasn't likely that they did that, or did you? Were you referring to like character height or something? I don't remember exactly.
I was referring to character height.
Ah, okay. I'm not sure if she is any taller, but she definitely jumps higher. So we can just kind of fucking hop over this fence. We did see this place last time, but last time I kinda wasn't even trying. I killed the NPC here. Yeah. Okay. The NPC is actually supposed to open a door for you. Here he is. He immediately runs out.
Hey, yeah, they're all over. Get away! No, get away!
No, I'm following you. And we just pretty much get where we were. I think as Joseph we emerge from that door. But basically he runs there, and of course the policeman shoots him. Yeah. Also, while we're here, I think I will probably see if I can replicate the thing with the dog from last time, from my test runs. Oh, there's that guy as well. Basically, if anyone remembers, when you go in the basement there, where the life force is, there is a dog there that as soon as you open the doors, it immediately attacks, and you have basically no chance of dodging that damage. And I think when I did a bunch of random ass climbing here well, not last time really, but in my test runs, I think it detected me earlier than it should have, and it was dealing damage like through walls. So let me hop across like so, and see if when I'm here the dog doesn't start attacking or something. I will not waste much time here, but I just kind of want to see what happens. Also, with maybe try to kill that guy. Oh, I think the doors are open already, so I don't know what triggered that, but I think they're not supposed to be immediately open, though I don't remember. Kill that, well, kill that guy. I said, yep, there we go, headshot. Don't die from that, though it do take some fall damage, but it doesn't really matter. And I can hear the sound of the dog attacking, so let's see how I can get damaged. Yep. So, stand close enough to the wall,
Wow.
and you get damaged through it. So, basically, no chance. There we go. Well, I'm glad I was able to show that. Yeah, actually, you know what, Turok 2, for all praise I always give it, Turok 2 also kinda, though I don't know if it's unfair or if it's just difficult, because, and I also don't remember if I had the trouble in the N64 version in my Let's Play, but in the PC version, the mantids on level 5, their shots are very hard to dodge, like you need to be far away from them and just strafing all the time. And the guys who patrol level 6, the mutant cyber people, you know, with mustaches, their chain guns just fucking destroy you in 4 seconds, and they are hit scan, they cannot miss. I think maybe they might have like increased the difficulty of the PC port because we get mouse control, proper mouse control. I don't know. I don't remember it being that hard on the N64 when I played. Anyway, Dark Hangar, the next part where this adventure splits. If you remember, as Joseph, we lowered that lift into a completely black area where we had to put on night vision goggles. Oh wait, no, that's actually completely wrong. I guess I saved over a save slot. Oh, or maybe I was intending... you know what I was intending to get there from. Never mind. Let me just walk there while I describe Dark Hangar, I guess. Basically, you put on your night vision goggles and you see that new enemy type through them, and only later you can see them with full light. You might remember that, because I pointed that out, I thought it was cool. And as Danielle, that place is inexplicably kinda slightly lit, and we actually do get into that one part behind the glass that I kinda looked at, but didn't do much more than that, as Joseph. But yeah, I forgot that I didn't actually... This is one of those situations where... Goddammit, die. Where I was intending to actually play through like 5 seconds of the game to show a second place, where we actually do get the grappling hook. You could go answer the question meanwhile.
Well, free racing games, I can only think of like Trackmania Nations Forever, but it's, well, kind of too arcadey. Well, it's a really good racing game, but it's a racing game of a different kind. So like not really something I would want to play lately.
You did say last time that you didn't only want to play like simulator type games, that you would play an arcade racer.
I did, and by that I meant like something, well, like what I mentioned before, like Race Driver Grid, because that's kind of, well, arcade, I guess, like Simcade is what I meant, but well, I mean, I don't have anything against like Mario Kart and such, but just right now I'm...
If only
like,
Mario Kart was on Steam.
Not really feeling just playing something like that, but well, I don't know, and like what the fuck am I even saying? I don't know. Whatever.
Well,
Basically,
good thing you finished by
the
now.
only free game I can think of is
Trackmania.
Trackmania Nations Forever. That's the one I know of. But I think you can just look it up, you know, just in Steam store.
Probably using some sort of tags or whatever. They probably do have them for everything. So, as Joseph, we got night vision goggles, we crouched under here and we dropped into that museum with the laser defense system. Turns out I was slightly wrong. We don't grapple to the ship here, it flies away for Danielle as well, but we do grapple to this little window cleaning thing. And, well, not exactly rooftop, but... Well, I mean, we are around the rooftops, but it's not exactly like a long rooftop journey, as the name might imply. Also, I don't remember if I should be dropping here. Rifle bullets already. Jesus Christ, we only get the rifle in chapter 2. Maybe I was misremembering something. And that police ship there, just kinda at the end of its path animation, just now hanging diagonally like Mr. Betty from Mother 3. Okay, so let me actually... I completely forgot where to go from here. I guess this is just an optional thing with a bunch of ammo, but I definitely remember that you progress from oh, right, over there. Over there, there's another grapple point. And as Joseph, we emerged from the museum into the streets. Oh, I mean, Oh, that one first, okay. The museum is this museum, so that's even the glass that we kind of fell through, so it's consistent. But as Danielle, we just fucking Batman our way down. Interestingly enough, this is supposed to be like a different level, but it only switches when you actually jump on the ground. So, you know, these levels have a lot of overlapping sections. Also, I'm immediately getting damaged by zombies walking around here, but that was that. So, no further differences in this chapter, I don't believe. So, let's warp to the dark hangar that I actually described way before we were there. This is a kind of difficult part because, you know, the soldiers, they are armored and they are pretty difficult in the second chapter in the military base. And there is a lot of them in this section when you play as Danielle. Though I did find out that if you shoot them in the legs, it's actually quite a reliable way to do enough damage quickly. And also you can dodge the hit scan if you are far enough. Because it's not really hit scan, it's just very quickly flying projectiles in this case. And if you are really far and you strafe, you actually can dodge that. Right, also I have glare from my window, so I don't exactly see everything, but you know what, let's show the tech bow. I only have 5 arrows, but it basically works more like the tech bow in Turok 1 than in Turok 2, because it doesn't do any sort of timer before exploding. But it's handy. It's like, I think, the only good thing Danielle gets for sniping type gameplay, because with the other weapons they're spread and they are pretty much just designed for you to run in there and spray it on everyone, which doesn't really work on Oblivion difficulty because you just get killed immediately. So yeah, I think this is the same tunnel that Joseph goes through, but in our case we can actually see some things. And before I go there, let me just quickly show that this door is open and this behind the glass part is accessible, and that squished guy under the thing also that I pointed out last time, we can actually go look at him now. But we need some sort of thingy, I don't remember what exactly, some key item to put in that little terminal. So let's go and kill a bunch of aliens and military people just kind of coexisting peacefully in a storage facility or whatever this is. Do we already have the... No, we don't have the fire shotgun. We get that in chapter 3. Also the fire shotgun's fun, but we'll get to that when we get to that. This part, I think, despite, you know, not having that cool enemy reveal thing that Joseph gets, where we first see these guys in the hit vision mode, I feel like this part is more interesting, because Joseph only had like 3 rooms with these boxes and that was that. Barely even any enemies, but Danielle gets a whole section here. Action, a lot of enemies, and a little, you know, little cave part even. Not to spoil anything, but still. Right, shotgun is actually pretty good here, I guess. Because if you hide around corners, the enemies, the military people don't get to snipe you from afar. And they of course run towards you, like all enemies ever. And you can just kinda shoot them in the kneecaps. And quite often it results in taking one of their legs off. And yeah, as I said last time, I think, well, I mean, maybe even the time before last time, the shotgun is interesting in this game because due to the spread at long range, there is still a chance that one of the pellets will hit the head and make a headshot and kill someone instantly, so it almost kind of works as a distance weapon as well. But you know, you shouldn't rely on it, obviously. Though the assault rifle is pretty much as useless as ever. I wish it had a full automatic mode, but Danielle gets that when we get the minigun. Though the minigun is like... I don't even remember where we get it actually. Where's the rifle update? Well, never mind, we'll stumble upon it as we go through these parts. Or maybe I'll remember even before that. Oh, and immediately, soldiers. I think, since I cannot target their legs, I'm just gonna try to select my tech bow and see if I have... Yep, I have a bunch of arrows. Let's see if I can time this correctly. Yeah. Interestingly enough, you are more likely to kill people with splash damage if you shoot near where they stand than the heads, because they are armored in the head, but with splash damage they take damage to their legs, I guess. Sometimes they just kind of fly into the air and die immediately if you're lucky.
Champion, I've been looking at Steam and it appears that Trackmania Nations Forever is like pretty much the only freeware racing game in Steam. There is also that Brazilian racing game, but I'm not so sure about that, like if it's like any good. I guess it could be alright. But the thing is, as I said, I still don't have my video card. Can you imagine? It takes 3 fucking weeks. It takes even more than 3 fucking weeks to repair a fan on a fucking video card. So like I'm just sitting here with my GeForce 7900 GS that can do shit. And basically it can only handle like, you know, old school games for graphics, so probably like I wouldn't be able to play Trackmania Nations because it's kind of like graphics heavy, especially when there's like lots of cars on servers. So yeah, that's that.
Well, I mean, some days old school games is all you need, so, you know, I would definitely be able to survive without the graphics card for a while, and I would have an excuse not to stream anything. But yeah, best of luck to your card and your fan. Did you, by the way, catch how their legs exploded to meat chunks when you hit them with a tech bow to the knee? Kinda. It was pretty satisfying, but yeah, actually, shooting them in the knee is like the strategy here. I think I was even... Ah, yes! You might have also noticed that one of them killed another one. They have really strong friendly fire, it turns out. And pretty much get one of them to shoot another in the back once and he dies. Like that. It is very helpful in a later situation, which I might be better prepared than in my test run today if I'm careful in this section. But in that time, when I was testing this whole thing, basically I approached the situation with almost no health, and also I'm just coming back for maybe medkits if I missed some, because I kinda need them. Basically I had to pretty much make them kill each other there, because it was a big open room, and the only thing I could do was stay far and strafe. Which is interesting. Not often, I mean, you know, in some of these old school shooters, they had infighting of a sort, or just maybe like damage that enemies could do to themselves or to each other. Sometimes it feels like they did it only because like others were doing it. It's just like one of the aspects of the genre. But like in Turok 2, I think the only time you really notice it is for some reason, like in level 4, the blind ones really hate the spiders and they just kind of start killing them immediately. And I swear, I was speaking why I brought up Turok 2 earlier with the difficult last stages. I on a whim just decided to load up a old save and finish that playthrough that I started at some point of the PC version of Turok. And I swear I saw a giant spider attack little spiders at one point. That was also kind of interesting. But yeah, I think I'm doing way better now. Maybe just because I'm aware of just the extent of the opposition you get in here. And right now we need to explode that barrel, which is not the most intuitive thing in the world, but it's really powerful, turns out. Anime talk again. Oh well. Power circuit, yeah, that's the thing we needed. It, for some reason, was embedded in the wall. I don't know. Don't ask me how this logic works, but this is a little cave part that I mentioned. I can't see actually. Is there a floor, Hippocat? Help me out. Is there a floor or is it like a hole here?
There is a floor.
Oh, okay. Well, now it's kind of pointless anyway, because obviously there are no sparkly items on it, so... Well, at least I know. I will be able to sleep safe knowing that I couldn't die there if I walked. Yep, level transition.
Well, I'm not sure what you mean by animation style, Champion, because, well, I didn't notice, like, anything off. Well, the character designs were kinda not very typical from, like, what you would expect from an anime. But other than that, it's, like, pretty standard in terms of visuals, so I'm, like, not sure what's your problem with it.
Meanwhile, we are back in the starting room of the Dark Hangar. Now it's finally... There is a reason to go here, admire this scorched guy. Close up. Still not perfectly flat. There also were... Ah, no, this is not his sleeves, it's just his thingy coat. There we go. And yeah, I have like 10 times more health than last time, so I should survive easily this time and not drag down the demonstration with my lack of being able to progress at all. But we actually do turn on the lights. You can see there's a bunch of enemies now, just kinda all of a sudden. Hello, heroes of the game. CS, this game is cool. I might, well, I mean, I wish it wasn't quite as rushed, because it's obviously rushed in some aspects, most importantly gameplay. But if this game had proper like collision detection for the damage and proper mouse control and proper FPS, it would be like fucking the thingiest of the games. Yeah, I don't know what I was trying to say there. I really enjoy how like they built up the Turok as this unbeatable superhero in the first two games, who just kind of faces this cool ass environments and all. And in this game, everything they do is towards making you feel like there are still things in this world that'll fuck you up. Or the Turok at least. And even like the musical leitmotif that plays throughout kinda gives you that sense of we're doomed. So yeah, this is the place where I need to well, I mean, I would have needed if I had like 10 health to rely on infighting. That guy is now dead. These are military people. I guess they just don't see a lot of action in this remote testing facility or whatever it is. That guy is now dead, and from that guy I can hide behind this little piece of debris. And since he isn't smart enough to actually shoot a bit higher, I can somewhat snipe his knees as well.
Maybe somewhat on the other side of the barricades, champion, because I like started watching like newer stuff, and then I'm not gonna say I had like lots of trouble watching like old stuff, but it felt like slightly weird. Yeah, so I can imagine how you feel.
And here we go back into this place as Danielle, so this is where paths join. I think there might be a place here, like if I immediately run through here, maybe there's a little place where we grapple across or something. Yeah, so I guess this is technically another difference. As Joseph we kinda crawl through a ventilation shaft, but as Danielle we just freaking pull across there. But this is definitely the end for this chapter. If I remember right, it's the only actual difference, but it's a substantial one, so I'm not gonna complain. Let's load whatever is next. I think next is the start of chapter 3, Lost Land Junkyard. Yeah, this is the thing that clued us in last time, that there were differences in levels, with the big airplane place. I'm not in too good of a shape here. That Officius, or whatever the name of that guy with a great big clear white eye in the middle, who gets hit by a submarine, the boss of chapter 2. He seems a little bit harder as Danielle, cause he really is all about staying far from him and shooting him with a weapon that is accurate right in the weak spot. But Danielle, of course, well, I mean, I think I used a bunch of arrows for the tech ball, so what the hell is going on with the collision in this spot? Oh, I'm stepping on the red, I guess. Cool. Champion Green, why would I ever? I mean, they're probably emulated, but like, what is there to play on the PSP that I would ever be interested in? Isn't it mostly like PlayStation 1 ports or some shit?
PSP, good old times, back when I was still studying in my first university. And Percusio would bring his PSP on like lectures and such, and I would just steal that fucking PSP from him and play throughout the whole fucking lectures.
What did you actually, what games did you play?
I think he had like some Flat Out or something, like some Burnout or Flat Out or like something out, some like racing game with like crashes and such. That was like pretty cool.
Also, this is a mark of a Turok game, that the combat in a Turok game is not done right. Headshots with a bow should always be fucking fatal. I think every enemy in Turok 2 could be killed with an arrow to the skull. But here, that guy just doesn't give a crap, and I think I just wasted all my arrows. Let's just use this thing. And for some reason that thing just well, I mean, he leaves all my arrows for me, so I'm not gonna complain. And I cannot get these two because the door has collision that is way too fat, and I believe they will ride with the door upwards when it opens, so they are lost to me forever. That's kind of bullshit. Also, you know what, maybe I might have said last time that the cerebral bore wasn't very useful in Turok 2. I take that back sincerely and humbly apologize, because it is freaking useful in the last levels. In levels 5 and 6, where you can just kind of pick out, shoot it at some super strong person that will kill you in one. Oh fuck! I forgot to explode in this game.
Wow. Good job, Antroid.
Yeah. Whoops.
Also, Sabiente, no, that was
Uh,
definitely not Ridge Racer. I think it was flat out or something. Like, I'm not sure, but I think it was flat out.
But yeah, as I was saying, really, and he's actually properly gonna do this animation now, thankfully. Wow, that is a large blast radius. You can't even watch the brains fly. I don't even have the thing there, like the upgraded version of the cerebral bore that increases the blast radius. So this is pretty strange that it is so powerful. It's not like there's a lot of opportunities actually in this game to shoot a cerebral bore. Well, I guess
So,
that works.
Antroid, would you say that you got your mind blown by that explosion radius?
I got destroyed by another person's mind being blown. That is a more accurate hypocat. But yeah, that is even this cerebral bore, the thing that everyone freaking adored about Turok 2, kinda fucked up in this game. And I don't even mean the fact that the explosion kills you, because I'm fine with that, it's just surprising, but you saw that enemy 3 times I killed him, only one of those times it actually worked properly. Other times the bore couldn't reach his head for some reason, just decided to explode, and the explosion was what killed him. But yeah.
Damn, I just realized that technically you and Percusio were kinda like studying at the same university.
Yeah, I mean, I saw him IRL a bunch of times before we went our separate ways, to put it in a romantic fashion. Okay, let me just show them here.
Yeah, I
GG.
kinda like completely ignored that fact from our lives.
Well, I mean, it was long as hell ago. Also, that is where you go in as Joseph. I think you might emerge from that pipe. Over there is the metal mine level that he gets. Go in and go in. Cherry Green, I don't know how you got that conclusion. That is one hell of a logical leap. Also, I will never be an anime. You cannot make me. But yeah, this place. Also, I wish I
Antroid,
could.
everything is anime if you're kawaii enough.
I'm not kawaii, so I'm safe. In this place, I really would have rather had Joseph as well, because it's a big open place, a lot of motherfuckers here who will snipe you easily, like that, and apparently just not die from an explosion. And yeah, so this place is kinda hard. At least my arrows do explode properly in water, so I can kinda slowly kill people with splash damage. Champion Green, well, I mean, it wouldn't be the real me, it would be just a fake representation of my person.
Anyone watch that
fuck happened
South
there?
Park episode about like Tweak and Craig?
Yeah, was it the recent season, the last one,
Yeah.
where everyone is shipping them? Yeah, I watched that. I watched the entire last season, I think. Ooh. But anyway, what the fuck killed me that time? Did I have no health or something? Did he just kick me to death? Maybe I should be using the assault rifle. Maybe I should be using cheats. Yeah, that's... oh shit, another one. This is what I mean by this area not being the best, and like Daniel's playstyle is much closer to the original to Turok, but it doesn't work too well in this game. Though I do remember that I officially... again! Wow, this is just destroying me for some reason. Originally I did beat this game as Daniel, I remember that, because that plane, it was somewhere on the edges of my memory. These guys are pretty much naked, I don't know why they're so hard to shoot. Even the guys in chapter 4, in the jungle, they die much faster, and they're not armored anywhere. So this is kinda strange, and by kinda strange I mean very strange. But yeah, okay, so that third guy might not have spawned. This is kinda interesting. This game, if you rush ahead, sometimes you just kinda not let people spawn when they would have otherwise. And if you just meddle and explore, like you would, like you what? Like you want, you get punished for it. But yeah, this plane just impaled itself into the freaking cliff wall here. And
I sincerely doubt that the plane's cockpit has enough structural integrity to actually like make a hole in the fucking rock.
And the best part is it isn't touching the ground in any other way, so the entire plane is suspended. Maybe this wing. The entire plane is suspended by this wing and the front end of it being in the wall, so to speak. So this is a weird place, Lost Land, but I mean, you know, maybe it just got teleported here in this exact position and didn't actually crash. Because yeah, it would have been slightly more exploded probably if it crashed. We did see another plane later in the level crash into that dam, so why am I walking here? I'm gonna spawn more enemies, aren't I? Yep. Oh, that guy did spawn, he just didn't remember his brains, so to speak. Right. I like it when they throw grenades. The grenades are really easy to sidestep. But yes, so here we navigate around the plane. I think maybe if I jump here, I might avoid spawning some enemies as well. Then I shouldn't just stay too long though, because this place, sometimes just two people spawn here and destroy you from wherever you are. And there's also this little bug thing, which is there's like two of them in the game. And interestingly enough, the metal mine, the level that Joseph has, also has exactly one of them, I think. Don't know, here one respawns apparently. Yeah, much worse than the ones in Turok 2, Turok 1 rather. But here we get the upgrade for the shotgun, which makes it a flame shotgun, which I don't actually remember how it's called. Let me see. Fire Swarm, okay. It is a good way to kill people, let's just say that. But from not too much of a distance, because you know, shotgun is still a shotgun. And suddenly just there's a bunch of fucking people everywhere. Let me see if I can snipe them. Yep. I guess it does work slightly better.
Sniping with a shotgun? Yeah, that's good.
Well, it works exactly half the time. For some reason that other guy was just so much more vulnerable. But you can see it takes 5 shells to shoot this thing once, but it does attach fire to the pellets, and if an enemy catches on fire, it's a good chance that he'll quickly die. So this thing is good, but not on bosses though. On bosses it sucks ass compared to the regular shotgun, so thank god you can switch back. And as I think you might have discovered last time as well, you emerge from this place, which I kinda looked at puzzledly, well, whatever, as Joseph. Let me see if I can snipe that raptor. Yep, it's burning. Though it didn't burn completely, but I heard a couple hurt sounds. There we go. Did. I mean, with how actually difficult it is to shoot these guys in close range in the head and kill them with it, with the regular shotgun, I mean, of course, you might waste as much ammunition trying to do that as you do with 2 shots of the fire storm. Let's see if it's good against these guys though. I don't remember ever testing it. They at least get fire particles when they burn. For some reason the other enemies don't seem to. Also they are using sounds of the purlin, well, decidedly not being purlin. Wow, so 5 shells and this guy is dead. I guess I just was super lucky with hitting him. Cool. Actually I don't know why I'm progressing, because there's, at this point the path have joined, so let's load slightly further into the game. Still chapter 3 actually, the dam. And I think Daniel, yes, well I mean spawned slightly earlier than I actually saved, but no problem. This is the plane that crashed into the dam, this part. I have 1 fuse already of the 3 that we needed to collect here. 1 fuse is down there, 1 fuse is in the cave. But as Daniel, you might remember we only could reach these places when the water flooded. First of all, Daniel for some reason gets a grapple point there, which, I don't know, you can't really get anywhere, you just get these shotgun shell pickups. And she, thanks to her cool jumping, actually can climb this bullshit and get that life force in the metal structure above. Though, you can also kind of trap yourself in here. So, actually I think you might be able to escape this if you try hard enough, maybe. Maybe not. I think it's rather safe to say that it might not have been intended. Let me see if I can just quick load. Oh, no, wrong. There we go. Just gonna quick load back here. But yeah, I definitely managed to hop into there. I didn't actually like land in there and stand in that place, but I did get high enough that my head touched the life forces. Let's see, I can probably replicate it again. But yeah, well, I mean, you just have to trust me that it is possible to take the last one as well, the second one. I don't think there are any other differences until you actually get there. So I'll skip the part where you know, go back, insert the fuses, do some other thing, get the vampire gun, and I think I have a load game into the jungle, which is just above the dam. Yep, there we go. This is where you get the grenade launcher. I don't remember where you get the minigun. I think around here somewhere too as well, because I remember having the minigun for the boss, whatever his name was. Let me check. Assault rifle. Yeah, Max 60, useless. No, I don't have minigun yet, but you get it somewhere around here. Let's just kinda almost play through this part. Because there's not really a split in the path, but interestingly enough, Daniel can just grapple over here and avoid a lot of combat down in the main part. I don't remember what was in that little hole, but probably nothing useful. And since we had the grenade launcher here, it is actually almost fun. I mean, the grenade launcher has its uses. I know I talked shit about it last time, but you can actually kill a bunch of people with it if you land the grenades anywhere near them, which is kind of difficult to do. So maybe not in this. Oh, or I could do that, and I think, yep, that guy's dead. That was a lucky bounce. No skill involved there, trust me. Ugh. Okay. Some more grenades. That guy is melee, so he is a loser. But I can throw a bunch of grenades down there and kill a bunch of shooters that kinda sit and wait for me. Wow, that collision isn't very good. Maybe I can bounce off this wall. Still not good as Quake 1, of course, but still, you know. Serviceable, almost. To be fair, splash damage works better than Turok 2, so it's actually more useful than Turok 2, even. Okay, you are dying. No, you are not dying, okay. Yes, now you are dying. Let's just ignore everyone else. I think I... Ah yes, now I even remember where you get the minigun. So, into the level which has my favorite level music. I think in the entire game maybe, or one of the favorite level musics in the game. This place you might remember, that guy just spawns in the air. You can bypass his fight completely because there's a grapple point immediately here. And that guy shook the entire building, but never mind that, we get the actual minigun. Of course the guy's doing that. Man, I like this music track. Well, let's what did I? Let's not actually waste time here listening to the music as much as I want to. I mean, I have the entire soundtrack downloaded, and I have made a playlist of all the tracks, and I even uploaded it to Google Drive to get it at work. So I listened to the Turok 3 soundtrack. I've listened to it for like the entire week last week, the entire week at work. And it's not getting old, so that's cool, I guess. It has really grown on me since my first playthrough of this game, I need to say. The entire soundtrack here. But, as we're here, let's actually go and kill that guy, whose name I can't remember because the name is pretty similar to the second boss. Officer, okay, so that guy is Ziphius or something, and he's Officer. I don't know what the fuck these names mean. But yeah, minigun, pretty cool, yeah, pretty cool, as you can see. And I think it's safe to say it doesn't have collision prudence like the grenade launcher, which, by the way, is completely replicatable. When he gets the face, when he shows his face, and the tentacles and such, which I think happens in like the third emergence, the grenades kinda stop hitting him, so maybe I should use them while he is actually vulnerable to that. You can see probably the firestorm is somewhat almost hurting him a little bit continuously, but it's pretty useless, especially for 5 shells. So let's enjoy the grenade launcher while we can. You dead? Yes, you dead. Okay. Block you here. And I think now the grenade launcher will be useless because his collision changes or something. Let me see. Yep, yes, he comes out. Oh, surprising. No. Oh no, you. Interesting. Ah yes, well now it started. Okay, so he now is completely immune to grenades, turns out. No, not the vampire gun. Well, let's try shotgun, closest to our current weapon. He looks really stupid, by the way, but also kinda unnerving. I don't know. I have a little bit of a thing against, you know, crustacean-looking creatures. They kinda make me nervous. Okay, time to bring out the Firestorm. Not quite as cool looking as in Turok 2, but arguably much more effective, because in Turok 2 they did away with like entire bodies of enemies being vulnerable. Not even like slightly armored in some places like in this game. Just completely, even with the Firestorm, you pretty much had to shoot people in the head for a long time for it to work. Well, I mean, I feel like we've seen enough. The final phase isn't very interesting. Let's immediately load into the next place. Echoes of the Past. Actually, this might be right where we go when we kill this guy, a Fister. Let me see if it puts me in the start. Yep, it puts me in the start. So, let me find whatever quick slot is. Yep, there we go, this one. So, pretty much my assumption was correct about how this split works. Joseph crawls through here, and we grapple up to that place. I was kinda hoping for a different level than a narrow passage, but nope, we just get dropped into the narrow passage here. So that's literally that. I feel like there's something I found in here that I didn't see when I was showing this on the stream, this place, but you know what? I don't remember anything, so I'm just gonna load again, because the next part, actually I'm gonna quick load even, because I know, whoops, no, this is completely wrong. There we go, Canyon Blockade. This is probably gonna be the longest stretch of the game we play without skipping around, but it's like third to last. So you might remember this place where I was mesmerized by the model polygonal droplets on the waterfall that might or might not have been a hallucination. Joseph crawls through there, we predictably enough grapple there. This thing has range, man. But yeah, this isn't too exciting of a difference, and really not every chapter has unique levels for the characters, but if I remember right, there's a bunch other little changes or things that I can show later, so this is why I elect to actually keep playing. Oh, you know what, first of all I'm gonna show you how those guys, I mentioned that, although no, it's not gonna be first, because I actually need to get there, but I mentioned that guys were respawning just completely in plain sight if you don't kill them all on the roof of that building over there when the two life force are. If you go there later without having killed those guys, you will be able to see just how blatant the respawn is. Actually, they don't all spawn in the exact same spot, which leads me to question whether it's like a radius within which they spawn, or if they did actually set up different spawn points randomly, but still pretty much... Oh, you're still alive somehow. Cool, nearly dead with splash damage. Black caviar, what? Ah no, it's part of that weight thing. I don't even know why it's there. And I am nearly dead. Marvelous. Oh shit, I'm still Where was I even shot from? Holy shit. If only I got pressed that lever, I would have been alive because of transitions.
How do you know the caviar is giant, Errol War? Maybe Antroid is just tiny and like everything in his room is also tiny.
Or maybe that caviar is just very close to the camera secretly. Just suspend it in the air, making it look like it's actually laying there on the bed. You know, optical illusion and all that shit. Okay, you know what? Fuck all that. I'm just using good old... Oh, I don't have any boars. I'm out of boars. Okay. Firestorm then. Should be reliable. And I'm not gonna sit there and wait. Also, you can see your play model as I mentioned before, which is neat, I think. I'm not gonna sit here and keep getting shot like an idiot. Just drop here. No luck getting to the wall like you sometimes can, but oh well. Wow, he was doing those sounds way longer than he needed to. Okay, let's actually get back to my minigun. Dead? Yeah, he did. Now this part I need to be a bit careful because there's a lot of people here. Oh, that torch was solid, man. Solid torch. Okay, nothing here. I was hoping for some help, but apparently there is none. I don't remember exactly what is where. This chapter is not my favorite, which is strange that I'm choosing to play it most. I guess maybe I will have ended up playing more of chapter 2 with the Dark Hanger bit, because that was fairly long. Okay, snipe. Yep. Cool, I think I haven't set the zombie on fire. Yeah! Where did you come from? Dead. Dead. Okay, this is pretty effective. And you know, Daniel runs out of ammo way quicker than Joseph, because Joseph has a sniper rifle, which takes 1 bullet per shot, and the minigun chews through that ammo way quicker than I would have liked. Okay, that guy needs to die. Oh. Okay, abusing the fact that splash damage doesn't care for visibility or whatever, line of sight. Yep, the zombie shaman guy is dead. Let's pull his switches. Get our razor wind, which actually turns out is a pretty effective weapon in here. In Turok 2, actually I don't know if there's a difference in how it behaves, honestly. But it feels like in this game it is much quicker to return, because in Turok 2 it could get stuck on something and it just would sit there spewing sparks for like a minute before you could use it again. And it was very easy to miss with it, and also not to kill someone when you hit someone with it. But in this game, just whatever part you hit disappears most of the time, and you win, kinda. Right, I don't really have the health for this, but let me see if I can demonstrate the respawns, because they are right here. This is how we get to the roof, as only the most dedicated Turok fans will remember. Maybe that guy jumped off, the first guy that... Oh no, he's just there. Okay, didn't see anyone else spawn, but they do trust me. Maybe I should just... in the interest of time, do this, and this, and this. So, this is just for demonstration purposes. Obviously, I'm not playing through the game. If I was, I would have been much more careful. So yeah, no flaming pulls. Okay, let's just see. And obviously, if you have the health, you can see this without any cheats. There we go. That guy spawned here. Come on, just die. That guy spawns there immediately, and that guy spawns slightly different place immediately. And this might be it. Yeah. Still though, you didn't really used to see like blatant enemy spawns in the old games for some reason, I don't know. Feels like they didn't do as much of that. And now, actually, you know what, I'm gonna just fucking keep the invulnerability, why not? And here, as Joseph, we crawl through here.
Feels it cheaper.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is just a demonstration run, so who cares? Joseph crawled through there, and I think he got his upgraded grenade launcher in that tunnel. While this is kinda hard to spot, and I was only able to spot it from late. Chamberlain, go away with your profile obstructing the chat. And no, I didn't mean that seriously. But there's a little ledge. You can kinda see the outcropping there in my crosshair. And unfortunately, if you leave through here, you actually cannot go back. And only from there you can clearly see that the outcropping actually is somewhere you can go, because there's freaking things on it. Okay, and these rocks, you might remember I asked when I was playing as Joseph what purpose could they possibly serve here. Turns out, only from them you see this grapple point. You're way under the clouds, which is kinda cool. And this is the parallel to Joseph's little crawls place there in the rocks. Yeah, this cutscene again. I can just skip it. And this is the rocket launcher upgrade, which is like the single best difference in weapon functionality in this game. And also you are pretty much encouraged to get on the roof, which breaks all the triggers, if I remember right. Let me see, the warlord isn't here yet. And if we drop down here, that guy should be like cutting up a corpse or something. And the second guy is just kinda there on the table. And of course you can kill that guy first, and you get the cutscene while the other guy presumably slicing you up. You know, no pressure at the time, no hurry. No, just feel free to run around and keep showing me that. Okay, this guy, we can actually, now that I'm cheating, I can actually look at him. You can see he is very much some sort of zombie type person. Maybe like a voodoo situation. Which I'm not sure how faithful Acclaim games were with voodoo, Shadow Man and all that. Maybe about as faithful as they are to Native American, I keep calling them Native American culture, but who cares, it's cool. I don't think those like voodoo practitioners ever complained about culture appropriation or whatever. Also, let's see what happens to this guy when we... Wow, that was powerful. So powerful he just stood there speechless. Let's see how he like regenerates his health, whatever he does, I don't remember exactly. Yeah, so basically he does that. And while he does that, it's very easy to drop him because he just stands there in place. Right, let me remember, is there anything further? I think there might be. Let me proceed a little bit after the Guardian. There is a small thing in the lava caves, a little, literally like Daniel grapples and Joseph also crawls through somewhere. Mostly like, you know what, I think it's the cliff. Hippocat, do you remember that giant cave where I was just looking through all the walls, like how to get to a little hole in the wall?
Yeah.
Where there was sparkles of an item. Turns out, actually, that is a Daniel place, and apparently that item still spawns when you place Joseph to just completely confuse you. Which most of the time they don't do stuff like that. So like on that outcropping where we walked across, very visible from below here that there was like life force in there or something, and obviously it wasn't there for Joseph. So most of the time it works out, but there they decided to just fuck it. But there was literally like some little ammo piece and a little medkit, and that's all there is there to find. So that mystery was kind of underwhelming. But yeah, and a little bit earlier in there, Joseph gets his little crawl place as well. You know what? Yes, this. You know what? I'm gonna even go further and get through this part like this, because if I remember correct, which I might not, because I'm struggling to remember what exactly I was looking for, but I feel like there was something around the pyramid. Maybe not around the pyramid. Remember that corpse on the ceiling there that we need to drop on an altar and then activate something, and like a dragon head opens and reveals a scepter or some shit. Just as I said there, I'm just gonna show it for posterity. Not very interesting or informative, but just as I said, there is actually a grapple point. Yeah, and here as well, a little difference. And it dropped me under the... For some reason, each time, first time you grapple, you drop to this wooden plank. The second time you grapple, you actually get to where you need to be. But yeah, in that place with the scepter and the corpse and the altar and stuff, once more Joseph gets his little crawly room, and Danielle gets her little grappling hook above ground place. I wonder if you can grapple there through the ceiling or some shit. Let me try. Yeah, there is the grapple point, and well, apparently it's good enough to not let me do that, so just rocket launcher, why not? And here is a bunch of life force here. I'm willing to bet if I was actually collecting life forces, Daniel, I would have gotten all 100 of them. Yeah, you even get crouched here, but you cannot actually get there. Right, so what do we need? We need to put the scepter. We don't actually need to do much else here. Just put the scepter and run away. Let me see if there was anything else that I might be forgetting here. Any other difference? Maybe not. I feel like there's something I... that sounds like a sneeze in no frame limit mode. But yeah, maybe there isn't actually anything here that I am forgetting to demonstrate. I'm not gonna go into the caves just to show that little place, because the caves are terrible. And actually, you know what? I might as well, because now I'm cheating. I can just drop and demonstrate that there was one place with the crystal bridge, and I said when you look down, you see a much later place. So I'm just gonna demonstrate the thing that I described last time, that if you jump down there with a cheat, you actually get to that part. It's not like a fake place here. Also, this is how it looks under the lava. So yeah, and here is the place where you shoot the... Yeah, there is items here. Somewhere around here you shoot the thing on the ceiling, and there is actually like this mystery solved. Finally, this is what was there. And yeah, you shoot that, it drops, and you get the boss and all that. Okay, frame limit back on. And I think we might be approaching because of the past. There's yes, it's the other safe. Might be approaching Canyon Blockade. Oh, it's Canyon Blockade. Where did I save? I don't even know. You know what? Yeah, it's the first. It's where I quick loaded, right? Yeah, it's this. Okay, this was for what we just played through. So the Oblivion area, the last chapter, doesn't actually have a lot. But of course I'm still going to show what it has. And also, to finish it off, because we're pretty close to the end actually already, to finish it off I'm going to attempt killing the Oblivion boss without destroying those refiners first, so we'll see his regeneration thing. And what is going on here? Wow, okay, cool. I'm stuck in between two loading zones apparently. We'll see how he regenerates. And actually it's not too bad, it's a pretty easy thing to get around. And we'll see how you fight him as Daniel, which actually isn't all that different, but still. I feel like that boss is cool, and it is alright to finish on that note. Also, let's see how useful I can make the Razor Wind be. Yeah. I think the part here, if anyone remembers that place where I went into the elevator, I couldn't get back, right? And there was a big mystery about what was actually on the other, in the other direction where we didn't go. Okay, yeah, the Razor Wind makes this place easy. I don't know why I wasn't using it as Joseph, maybe because I was too used to the sniper rifle. I think this is the area where we started talking about Battlefield 1 and stuff like that. But yeah, that place turns out is not quite as exciting as it could have been. That little secret that we didn't see. It's not really secret, like, I mean, it was secret to us, but it's not meant to be a secret because we were just kinda, well, not really dumb because it's not obvious that it was gonna lock me out of progress, of backtracking rather. Okay, I just kinda nicked him in the hand and he died. Cool. That's the power of the Razor Wind, even though it has like 5 times less blades on its spines or whatever we decide to call it. Yeah. Okay, and he's still attacking as a ghost. He's not even aware that he died. That's cool.
He's gonna haunt you forever.
Well, I mean, he is steadily like rising in altitude, so unless... Wait a second, no, this is the elevator. Unless I end up somewhere way above, he's never gonna be able to reach me. Right, so this is where we didn't go. I might have gotten whatever lies there, some medkits or whatever. And this was like, whoa, this is a side path, but I'm gonna check out that place first. and it turned out I couldn't go back, so... Finally, let's see what's actually here. Well, I'm playing it up, obviously, I know what is in here, but, you know, just to hype it up a little bit. And, this room. This is literally it. A quiver, some shotgun shells, some grenades, which you don't need, some medkits, and a window out here, where everyone has magically revived. Actually, I might not have killed them on my way before I saved, so... I know, I did...
Such a shame we missed that in the place.
Yeah, well, like... It's a good thing I decided to make this stream, because without this part I feel like the game is completely misrepresented in the previous 2 streams. Right, so this is it for this place, and well, there is another little place where you like grapple across, actually a couple places where you grapple, but actually I'm not gonna show them, but you'll find that I accurately predicted them when I played as Joseph. I saw where there could have been a grapple point for Danielle, and turns out there are points in those exact places. So if you just if you just watch that second part of the stream and listen to my predictions about where the grapple points probably are, you will actually get a pretty good idea. Right, in the Grasp of Oblivion, this is the last save. And here we go, the boss. I'm gonna actually skip this cutscene this time, because, you know, even though it's cool, and I do like, you know, I have no ability to judge the quality of voice acting usually, I find, but I do like the Oblivion's voice, and actually all the voices really in this game. And when it's this child, you know, it says like, "Didn't you come to save me?" or whatever, and I thought it was, you know what, I'm actually not gonna skip. Just slightly... should say it now. Yeah, that. I don't know, it's cheesy as hell, but I kinda like the voice acting. You know, like, you know, the animations are alright, like she tried to kick him off her, but not the first time. First time she kinda didn't have a, you know, what the grasp, a place to kick, rather. But at the same time you can see the part, like the arm model there didn't reach behind the screen so you could see the end of it. It's these things, like this game is obviously kinda rushed. And yeah, it was really cool when we got, well actually when I got to this boss, and I heard who was actually talking to me in Turok 2 in all those cutscenes with the voice. Also, this boss is kinda cheesable, though it's not easy to hit him from up here. When you are on the brim here, he only does that attack, because it's the only attack that can reach you. Well, actually no, I am lying, there's other attacks that could have reached you, but he isn't doing them for some reason. He just does that if you are up here, not in the arena there with him. But it is possible to get a spot up here, such that he will eventually... Well, now it just flew through the collision, but he eventually can kind of walk underneath there, and his shots actually do not hit you if you are positioned correctly. Then, again, your shots don't really hit him either. You probably could still make it work, but I didn't manage, so cheesing him was actually more difficult. Well, the potential way to cheese him was much more difficult than just playing him fairly.
You know, if cheesing is more difficult than actually playing, I wouldn't really call it cheesing.
Well, like, it would have been cheesing if it worked. You know, like, getting to a place where the monster doesn't really know how to react to you being there, and theoretically it is possible to be in complete and utter safety. Kinda seems like the beginning of a cheese, but it doesn't really work out, because you can't really reliably hurt the monster in that position. There we go. The Razor Wind is pretty cool because it doesn't cost any ammo, and it does substantial damage, but it's kinda hard to hit people with. Thankfully with this boss, turns out I don't remember if we actually completely understood it last time, but his weak points don't actually change for most of the time. Until the very end phase, where I think the arms stop being weak points, but the elbows are the places where you want to hit him for some reason. And then he does some sort of attack, also you can avoid that if you're far enough. That he does a little attack that you can interrupt, and he will open his little mole there, just like when you hit him with a personal thing generator black hole weapon. Let's speed this up a little bit by taking out something more spready, maybe. Probably shotgun would be better for spread, but yeah, so even without the PSG you can still get that nice opportunity to land a lot of damage. And actually the Razor Wind is a very good weapon to do that, because you can get like 4 hits in. Okay, so that elbow is not vulnerable anymore for some reason. Maybe I was actually wrong about, because, you know, No, I wasn't. Just maybe... No, it's slightly different. It was working slightly differently there, because he would normally not get stunned when you shoot him on the elbow, so maybe he had some sort of little sub-phase where he did that attack exclusively, and interrupting it would stun him. Interesting. Though, you know, even with this boss being kinda cool, I feel like bosses such as the Mother from Turok 2 are better, obviously. She also has a bunch of weak spots that you need to hit, but there is actual gameplay there that revolves around, you know, dodging stuff and all that. And it's also kind of funny that he throws that little tantrum, this thing, every time you shoot him. And actually doing the damage. Each time, reliably. I think he might... Yep! So you don't even need to take away the whole health bar. And unlike with Primogen, you don't need to shoot him while he regens to like stop the regen, because you're supposed to let this happen. Even though he doesn't really need regen anymore, he's still gonna drain all of his little side like energy tank there, you could see. So you don't really need to do a lot of damage to him. Whoa! Interrupt! Fuck! For some reason shotgun didn't hit it there, but that was a good time to interrupt and get a bunch of free hits with the Razor Wind. But so yeah, that doesn't actually... Technically I guess it only adds like one full health bar if you do optimally. I'm not sure if you stun him, if it's possible to actually kill him, or if like he has a slither of damage that cannot be taken away in that mode. I might actually... I kinda wish to test it, but I don't know if I can do it reliably. So maybe if I get his health to just above half and then wait until I can actually stun him. Okay, that didn't stun him. Alright, I have the minigun. Then I stun him and see if I cannot kill him with the Razor Wind at that point. Oh, you know what, let's go back to the Razor Wind, I feel, at this point. Ah! Interrupt! No! Fuck. That would have been pretty cool if it worked, but I couldn't switch to a reliable weapon in time, unfortunately. Right. There we go, Razor Wind. Now I don't need to worry about ammo anymore, just about actually hitting him. And I should probably go get some health at some point. By the way, yes, I only just noticed the Relwar. You're correct. Oblivion guys did have red blood. Oh, somehow that... I guess on the rebound that hit him or something. The models are completely reused of the Oblivion guys, but they did feel kinda differently. They were much more dangerous in Turok 2 also. And... actually I don't remember what I was thinking about the difference between how they feel in this game and in Turok 2, but yeah. You know what? Actually, an interesting point, kind of. Back in Turok 2, when I didn't know like a bunch of the lore, there is a reason to believe that the Oblivion, as a concept or whatever, is somehow linked to the Primogen, because in his ship, when you finish the level ship, Primogen's light ship, you fight the mother boss, and she seems to be of the Flesh Eater tribe, aka the Oblivion soldiers. Also, the music for his ship turns into the Oblivion theme. The tu 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 tum, tu 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 tum thing in the second half. So I feel yeah, or that. Yes, but anyway, so when you know the lore, turns out the connection is meager? Yeah, meager at best, I guess the word that could be applicable, because Oblivion was its own thing, and the Primogen didn't like make it or anything. But when the Primogen blew up his old universe and created the new universe, that is what glued Oblivion into the existence of Turok. So I guess kind of maybe it's the Primogen's fault that Oblivion is now hunting us and invading the Earth. But Primogen was a dick anyway. Though you know what? I'm not quite sure why he was a dick, because his mission was a noble one of exploration and learning. And well, I mean, he did blow up the universes, but he did it unintentionally. So I don't know why he's like the super villain bent on world domination for some reason. Maybe he's just bitter that his entire race got destroyed. Well, I mean, Errol War, that's a valid theory considering she's named Mother. And you know, you don't kill her, she's the only boss in the series that escapes alive. It was actually kind of a really neat fight because she seemed like a mindless creature, sort of just reacting to you on instinct purely. Ooh, interrupt. Fucking why can't I interrupt anymore? Okay, I can. I guess you need to hit him in the jaws actually. So let's see, maybe I can, if the Razor Wind will actually return to me. Yep, come on. No, I guess that little part of health you cannot take off, no matter how much damage you deal. So he will regenerate again. I think he even does the same arm thing as the Primogen, like, you dare! And then that little stupid pose. Regenerating. Just beat Primogen earlier today. It was cool. Though pretty easy and pretty fast. And it's kinda hilarious that the nuke weapon, like that badass freaking explode everything weapon that you collect in the hardest balls Oblivion portals throughout the game. It is kinda hilarious that thing, its best use is just to clear those little mechanical flies that the Primogen sends out sometimes. And yeah, the final phase is like laughably easy here. It's slightly different because he is not... I think he might not be vulnerable in the elbows, and he is doing the thing with the other fireball thing attack. Or maybe he's just trying to reach you. Who knows? Basically, he's nearly dead. And you know, since I don't have the personal singularity generator, I'm gonna go fight Joshua, the bot match, fairly. Probably with the Razor Wind, I'm probably just gonna kill him in 2 hits as well, but you know, still gonna give it a shot. Though to do that, I will need to get through a couple corridors filled with those hooded people, aka good source of health. Okay, seriously, just... Oh, well, I can do that, I guess. Okay, how do I finish you? In the stomach area, somehow stunned him, and he's dead. Blabbity, yeah, we've seen this cutscene. So okay, unfortunately it despawns all the prizes in the corner, so we can't really collect. Though, you know, that's interestingly enough, that's a return to roots in a way, because that is how it worked in Turok 1. Yeah, Errol War, same here, she was pretty out of nowhere there. Not really connected to Primogen's lightship or anything. I don't know if it's like a theory. I don't know if I can even call it a theory when I just thought of it, because it's really just like a straight thought, but it feels like maybe Mother was actually supposed to be somewhere else, maybe. Maybe there was a bit more to Oblivion's presence in Turok 2. Or maybe she would be... Whoa, shit. Oh, that killed me fast. Now wait a second, does it spawn me after the... Yes it does, okay. So maybe there was going to be a sort of Oblivion part of the game where she would be the boss, but you know. It's still pretty strange, she's clearly not in the lightship, she's some sort of rock outcropping place. So like, what the hell at all is going on?
She was just there to enable your mom jokes.
Yeah. And also to look hilarious with a thin cheat. Okay, I'm just gonna restore my health of 1 or 2 of these guys and then kill the rest of them with the Razor Wind, because the Razor Wind just destroys them. Oh wow, he isn't even dead yet. Come on, explode already. Actually, does he revert to his normal proportions? Feels like he does revert to like non-thin. Yeah, and I just wasted all my health again. He does revert to non-thin proportions when you stop sucking him dry. That's disappointing. I was hoping to maybe fight against all like stick figure enemy. Oh well. Yeah, these are the only guys that make this gun worth existing. Like, oh shit. Okay, let me switch to my razor wind in peace, please. Wait, how? What do you mean it doesn't have? It does have unlimited ammo. What do you mean? Or does have unlimited ammo? It recharges like. Maybe you mean the nuke, because that thing has ammo, but doesn't need recharge, if I remember correctly. Yeah, these guys just blow up. They weren't blowing up like this from a razor wind when I was playing as Joseph for some reason. I know what's up with that. I distinctly remember them taking 2 hits from it. Maybe the razor wind is more powerful than plays Daniel. It'll be really bizarre, but it sure seems like it. Yeah. And yeah, now it's more like I remember this stretch to be, because on my first playthrough I definitely didn't farm these guys for health. But I remember them being of no danger at all. Basically kinda what's happening right now. Well, I mean, yeah, it's... Wait a second, what? Why is there a split? Ah, yes, I remember right. Yeah, well, I mean, the recharge it's not a limited ammunition deal, it's some sort of other mechanism in the game. So, like, you get unlimited ammo, you don't get instant reload or whatever. It's only natural that you wouldn't be able to shoot immediately, even with the cheat. Okay, you know what? I'm feeling like the Razor Wind behaves much better in this game than in 2. Definitely turns too fast, it doesn't get stuck on all the walls. Huh, I wonder if you just die if you fall on that wall. You probably do. I really want to find out. Still, might as well speed things up a little bit. Didn't reach. Yeah. I wonder who messaged me in Skype there. Oh well, find out later. Oh, nearly fell down there. Really shouldn't strafe on really thin bridges, narrow bridges, when you have 4 times the speed or however many it does. Because you'll probably see, like, somewhere around here there's probably a status. No? It doesn't show me. Ah, I guess I disabled that. The show FPS thing. For some reason I thought that it showed actually like over the game itself, but no, it was a little thing in the window which you guys aren't even seeing. So probably shouldn't have turned it off, but it does tell you, like the emulator tells you, the frames, which makes me wonder if you can, if the emulator obviously can play these games faster, so why can't it emulate like accurately, but get rid of the poor FPS in the poorer optimized games like, you know, Donkey Kong or... I mean, I know some games would probably work completely differently, but I feel like Turok 3 would probably work still the same if the emulator could somehow just, like, frame limit, but 60, but up until 60 play faster than the console would have been able to. Ah yeah, the thumb is kinda like half length. Ah no, you mean this, right, you probably mean this. I didn't notice at first look at the thing, but the thumb is definitely there, just kinda glued onto the thing. Yeah, I didn't even notice that. Good eye, Elwar.
Joshua?
Hi, Danny.
Josh, how? The house, the explosion, the...
Yeah, let's skip this. I mean, I like the tone that Joshua gets, the little sinister but calm. But yeah. I'm also really hoping that it respawns me before the boss if I die here in mid. Wow, this is the first time we saw someone actually like respawn before our eyes. Might be. So that's how they appear. Cool. Yeah, many things are related to FPS, but RLR, in this game, not a lot of things break, or really anything, nothing seems to break if you play with unlimited FPS. Can't really use cerebral bore here, unfortunately. Though I have gotten stuck in some walls with unlimited FPS, I will say that much. Okay, now you decide to shoot me. Wow, yeah, this guy, though, you know, even his, or you can just, okay. I was about to say you can even dodge his hit scans, because they're not really hit scans. But I'm just gonna do this, because the game let me.
Wow. That's my own.
Also, I'm just gonna point something out while we watch this. The light burden, the little bag that is kinda like there hanging on him with the keyhole shape on it. Yeah, RLR, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Not only, like in the intro, when we get to choose, when the Council of Voices makes us choose, and when they are really misogynistic and they repeat, like keep repeating, "Can the woman bear the burden?" Like they are not sure if a woman can be Turok. Yeah, and no, I'm not saying like seriously, I don't use that word unironically, but there you get to choose between them as the one who will bear the burden, the light burden, aka that little bag. Then both of you still go on this adventure anyway, because who cares, you gotta help each other. Then you see in the final cutscene after we kill Joshua, when they raise and like shoot raise at the little Oblivion slug, they both have light burdens, and here Joshua has a third one. So what the hell is going on? Though you could argue that this like isn't really Joshua and this is not really a light burden and that's some sort of changeling situation or whatever. And let's just see how he looks after he's actually like dying on the floor, when he's the real Joshua once again, unpossessed. Yeah, you see, his outfit changes. So I guess Oblivion was giving him like these additional thingies, appearance. And yeah, there we go, they have two light burdens anyway.
Nearly destroyed you once.
Now we're gonna finish it.
You took our brother.
This is a really strange face. But yeah, and green blood is probably also evidence that it's not like the real Joshua. But it does make... It does give us the real Joshua for a couple of seconds so he can tell her that she's actually pregnant. But yeah.
It was a trap.
Blah 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 blah, there's that. And of course the elevator music credits that I'm going to try and skip. Can I even... I'm mashing as hard as I can. No, I don't think you can actually skip this. Yeah, so that's... Yeah, that's an interesting thing. Somehow by the end of the game they both have light burden. Well, I am accepting that Joshua's, you could see dangling on his belt, that one was fake, because he was fake, and his minigun was fake, and his jacket was fake, and his green blood was fake, so the light burden probably was just part of the image that Oblivion was emulating. But still they do have two of these pouches, and it's never explained. But you know what? They didn't even need that for the cutscene. Like, they could have. There wouldn't be too much effort to have actually a difference depending on how you chose, so that only that character is lifting the light burden up and killing Oblivion. The others just kind of standing there watching like that. But I am mildly interested in where the story would have gone, because there's the Aiden part where you could see in some cutscene, actually, I believe it's the canyon blockade. You see the cutscene there as you arrive in the level, as she finds some sort of pool with a child drawing as well, and some sort of oracle or whatever tells her to seek some generic descriptor of a person or a character or whatever, seek the thing. And the Council of Voices do say like she knows she can bring him back or something. Do we care? No, we don't care. and in the end she goes like, I can fucking bring him back, you guys are jerks, I'm disobeying you. Even though I think in the comics they made her completely unable to disobey them because she has a psychic link to them. And I don't, yeah, they totally, in the comics, they totally take over her and like possess her, like those robot heads. They can pretty much take complete control of her in the comics. So, well, probably maybe different writers handled the game in the comics, because they did make Daniel and Joseph out of nowhere. They were not in the comics at any point. And when like the storyline, there was an ongoing storyline in the comics. There was like a little cliffhanger twist plot revelation, but the next issue was the what's the term there, whatever in with the Turok 2 game, and the entire plot completely just fucking abandoned, and suddenly there is Aiden, there is Primogen, there is all sorts of things that have never been mentioned before, and then, although there were a bunch of plot threads going on in the comics previously before that, so I feel like maybe they weren't coordinating too well. The same actually with the game Shadowman as well. It takes place as a very strange part, because Nate is, well, I'm not gonna go into that, this is not Shadowman, this is Turok. But yeah, I don't even remember what yes, in this game, the plot threads. It was interesting, because like Aiden obviously goes on some sort of quest to find a way to bring Joshua back, which just pretty much means he didn't actually die, and this whole game was meaningless in the like desperation department. Oh yes, it's just voice acting. I was like, why do they credit to Joshua Farsi than Joseph Farsi? Yeah, it's just like voice acting. But yeah, and I wonder if they intended to explore these plot threads in like Turok 4, hypothetically, or somehow bring them into the comics. Because there is a Turok 3 Shadow of Oblivion comic that just kind of goes over the entire game in one issue. And I don't exactly remember if it has these little plot threads dangling. I feel like it doesn't. It doesn't have a lot of things from it, but it does have that mutated tentacle gunship though. Unfortunately, Turok Evolution is a prequel. We play Talset somewhere near the beginning of his career as Turok. Might even be, I'm not sure, but it might be when he actually discovers Lost Land the first time. So that'll be, well, actually not next. Next is Might and Magic 9. But yeah, if you want to know my plans, you can refer to my previous video, which explained them. But for this, it was a neat little hour-and-a-half stream, tied up this game, so now we have seen everything unique that it offers.
So anyone is up for figuring out if my video card is gonna explode if I start OBS?
Well, let's set up some betting. I have money to waste. I'm gonna say it is not gonna explode, like literally. And now if it doesn't explode literally, you will owe me money, by the way. But yeah.
By the way, I never agreed to anything, so it's all your fantasies.
God damn it. You always remember that you actually have to be... There is no fooling you, also that's the Oblivion face. But yeah, you guys can talk in the chat after I end the stream, this is not for that. I think the chat still works, I mean, right? But still. Turok 3 game, cool game, rushed, flawed, but still cool. Probably much better played at lower difficulty settings, but like an idiot I always choose the hardest ones. Yes, this thing. Blah 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 blah. I died 11 times, but you cheated. Yes, it does actually say this if you have cheated at some point. And no, it's not remembering the time I cheated on the stream. I actually did when I was beating chapters 4 and 5. I couldn't be asked to actually, like, to make all these saves. I couldn't be asked to keep playing honestly through the game, and I just turned on vulnerability. So yeah, it does mock you for that, but I deserve it, obviously. So yeah, Turok 3. Next time, the next game. And I feel like that is descriptive enough. So thank you everyone for joining for this little short stream. Tomorrow I'm taking a day off.
Yeah guys, and just jump to my channel. I'm gonna like try to start up the stream just to see if it works. Like I am gonna stream, just wanna like see if it works.
I think even I will grace your channel with my presence. But this is completely...
Almighty Antroid has blessed us.
Completely relevant to the archives. So like, archive people, you might stop watching at this point. There's nothing for you. But actually I'm just going to pause, and by pause I mean stop the the stream. So goodbye, everyone, and
Goodbye.
see you next Saturday. Yeah, sorry for talking over you, Hypocat, again, but you always say goodbye before I finish talking, because you know I cannot finish talking. I need to keep talking and talking. Say goodbye again, just
Goodbye, and come to my channel, Shameless PR.
like and subscribe. Really helps him out.